Hi, thank you for tuning in to this video, Patrick versus AI. And I'm going to talk for just a few minutes, and I'll tell you what this series is going to be about. I did a prompt on AI, which I'll tell you about in a moment, and I want to look at the results that AI gave you. So what I work with is transformation, human transformation, happiness, personal development, success in life. And I've worked in this business for over 40 years. And so I want to compare the information you get from AI to the information that I got working with thousands and thousands of people in my career. So the prompt sounded something basically like this. If you were an alien traveling to our planet and you are looking at human beings and you've read all the literature on philosophy and all the literature on psychology, and then you took a look at how human beings think at a deep level, can you name some of the things that we think and get in our way of real lasting happiness? And so in this series, I'm going to cover some of the answers that AI gave, and we'll look at it and we'll go into a little bit deeper because I think you're going to be really surprised. Let's jump in right here. What are the things that human beings think, that we think, that get in our way according to AI? Number one, and this is, by the way, when I go from 1 to 10 or whatever, they're not in order of power. They're just a list that AI came up with. So here's the first one. Happiness is somewhere else. Happiness comes in life later. Happiness is something you have to wait for. This is called the Arrival Fallacy. Everything is going to happen when I fix myself or I get a new job, get rid of this partner and get a new one, or the world changes for me. What AI says is this kind of thinking is tragic and repetitive. Well, okay. The great thing is this is truly a way of thinking that, not the great thing, but the thing that AI think I got right was thinking about the future, or thinking about everything's going to happen in the future, or everything's going to shift in the future, is a pretty good way to avoid taking action or making decisions in the present. What AI doesn't take into account in the whole thing is that the fact that their AI has come up with a truth. Well, AI is assemblages of millions of people and how they talk, from psychologists to professors and all. It's all amalgamation, so it's human beings. But what I think that AI has come up with there is something that has value, except the next question always is, why do we do that? Why do we have, what do we call it? The arrival fallacy. Always something's going to get better later when I fix myself or my job or whatever, as I said earlier. The problem is that we are creatures of habit. That habit is a way of sustaining and creating for us results. And if we have a habit of doing things and we keep at it and we keep learning, we can get better at that habit. We can get better at doing something. So the process of repetition actually has huge value in our survival mechanisms and in our getting better at being happier in the world. What AI doesn't mention, or what AI says, is this kind of thinking has a negative aspect to it, which I think is true in the sense that if we put off things, or we always think about something getting better, we can kind of anesthetize ourselves to what's really happening now, and we can put off feelings or experiences or changes that we could make as a result of this habit. Remember, all habits have prices and benefits. This habit has a benefit in the process of learning that we're going to keep repeating things. Also, if you're looking at things into the future, you also have an ability to kind of plan or even set goals or take a look at where you want to be versus where you are. That is really valuable process. Again, if we're using it, if we're not conscious of the fact that we're always waiting for something to change, but never taking action to change it, if we start becoming conscious of that, what that gives us is more choice. And maybe you don't want to take action on certain things, and that's our prerogative, and that's what freedom is about. But maybe with consciousness around this, you can start making decisions because you're conscious of the places where you're putting it off. And you're conscious of maybe what you want to create versus what you have. So looking at AI, there's a surface truth there. There's something really powerful about it, as a matter of fact. But the powerful thing is it can set off our thinking to go to a much deeper level. So we can take a look at the reasons why and the particular habits and experience that we have within ourselves that causes us sometimes to hesitate and sometimes to move forward. Once we know that, then that's about personal growth. That's about knowing who you are and having a deeper experience of being able to control and change your life through the fact of being consciousness. So AI is great in launching that process and getting us thinking about it, and the truth of it is there, but allow ourselves to use that simply as a stepping stone is one of the great things that we have, one of the great freedoms we have. So that's Patrick versus AI, and we're going to take on another one here pretty soon. So I hope that has some value. Go a little deeper in the process when you see into your thought process and become a little more aware, and you're going to have more choice in life. Thank you.